everyone. Welcome to Facebook Friday here on this beautiful Friday. Outside, don't know what's going on with my hair. Sorry, it was nice yesterday, so that's just how life goes. Coming at you a half an hour early because I have a very exciting day for one of my buyers. We have a final walkthrough and then the closing on their home. So sometimes you got to be flexible, and I appreciate you guys. Again, I'll have this saved so you can come back and watch it anytime. I'll put it on my YouTube channel, so all sorts of stuff. You can come back and find me anytime. So in the past week, just a little heads up, I do my market data from Thursday to Thursday, so that way when I come at you in the morning, I'm ready to go. But I get all my information from Firelands Association of Realtors. In the past week, we had 19 new listings come on the market. 2 of those are already contingent and 1 is already pending. 21 houses in the past week went contingent. 11 went pending and 14 sold. So quite a busy week here in Ottawa County this past week. We saw a low of 77 for the sold and a high of 900,000 for the sold. Average sales price was about 298,000 with an average of about $151 per square foot. Our low day on the market was 10 and our high was 423. So be patient, those of you with houses on the market a while. I do understand there are some prices still that are a little bit stagnant, meaning we're just not getting as much activity as some of the other price ranges. So be patient, reach out to your realtor, reach out to me. Again, I do a follow-up Friday with all of my sellers to let them know what's going on within their exact market, so that way we can compare apples to apples. Multi-units, we only had 1 sold. We're not seeing a whole lot of multi-units come on the market. Again, as well as houses are doing, rentals seem to be doing pretty well too, and tenants are making their payments, so that is a good sign. Land, we saw 3 newly active, 1 contingent, 2 pending, and 1 sold. So again, we are getting some inventory sold, and we are seeing a lot of new construction. So in those price, I'm going to go over what's available in Ottawa County, but some of these are new properties or new builds or new to-be builds. So that raises that price point up a little bit. So in Ottawa County, I saw 168 properties available. When I started this 8-9 weeks ago, we were in the 180s. So as you can see, less are coming on the market that are going under contract. So our inventory is going down. So that is great news for sellers. Not such good news for buyers, but buyers, again, remember, your bargaining power right now is in that ridiculously low interest rate. So about 20 years ago, I was doing mortgage lending, and we were lucky if you could be in an interest rate. My apologies, my phone was ringing. We were lucky to be in an interest rate at 8-10%. So 2%, 3%, that's really, really good. So 168 properties available in Ottawa County. The low price range is $34,900 up to $2.4 million. While we do have 24 properties under $100,000, I do want to let you know that only 6 of those are single-family residential homes. So we are seeing a lot of mobile homes available for sale, and we're seeing in our area we have a unique product called a condo-tel, where you can buy a hotel room as your own little condo. So we have a couple of those available as well. It's a unique product, but not just to our area. There are some other statewide and worldwide. So we have 7 homes over $1 million. In Oak Harbor, we've been seeing this stick to right around 16. We are at 16 houses available in Oak Harbor in a Firelands MLS. 47 in Marblehead, plus 13 in Lakeside. We did see a couple close in Lakeside this past week. We have 32 available in Port Clinton, 30 in Catawba, 11 on Middle Bass, and 17 on Put-in-Bay. So Ottawa County market is strong. Don't get discouraged if you can't quite find what you're looking for. New inventory does come on. We just have to be quick to look. So get yourself a realtor who can meet you quickly or can go take video for you. If you're not in the area, it's really hard to get up here. So I know yesterday I did a FaceTime. It wasn't super successful because we had a little glitch with the system there, but I ended up taking a lot of videos and sending them via a Google Drive link. So there are ways to get you that information to take a look at the property so you're not missing out. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today, Clara asked me to bring it up, and it's something that I take for granted that I know. So there's different kinds of surveys for your property. If you have a mortgage involved, you will need to have a mortgage identification survey. Hey, Scott. Hey, Shannon. So when you're looking at a mortgage identification survey, the surveyor comes out to the property, does a little, not quick look because it's not quick, nothing's quick, but they come out and they take a look at the property, and they will give you a rough draft of where they believe that property falls in line with your property. So what they're doing is they're ensuring to the bank and to you that maybe your neighbor's shed is not on your property, or the fence is not on the property. And sometimes we'll see a whole addition to a house be on the neighbor's property. So then we have to deal with that. And so we call them encroachments. Thanks, Shannon. So we just want to make sure that you know where your property lies in correlation to the lot lines. Now, we as realtors, and you also can look those up on the auditor site, but again, that's just a rough draft. If you are putting up a fence, or you want to put up a shed or an outbuilding or a detached garage or whatever it may be, it will be beneficial to you to have a PIN survey. That is more expensive, but you will know exactly where the lines are on your property, because while it could be a few $1,000s or a few $100s to get that PIN survey done, if you put a concrete pad down for a shed or a garage and you find out you have to move it 5-10 feet, or you have to pay your neighbor for their little slice of pie of their property, it could be a lot more than the cost of that PIN survey. So again, I wrote myself notes so I don't forget what I'm saying. So again, there are mortgage identification surveys, which the majority of mortgage companies will require if a mortgage is involved. If it's a cash deal, you won't have to have that done. You could make it subject to that. But then again, remember, a PIN survey is what you'll want for exact lines. And also, sometimes we have properties that haven't transferred in a really long time. While the average homeowner stays in their house between 7 to 9 years now, a lot of people are keeping their properties even longer. So my parents, 40 plus years, myself, 17 years. If it hasn't been transferred in a while and your legal description says that the corner of your property starts at Farmer John's old oak tree, they're not going to allow that to fly anymore, because, as you know, trees could die, could get hit by lightning, something could happen. So they will have to update those. So every once in a while, we're seeing that in order to transfer them, you need a new legal description, which means a new PIN survey. So, and then another thing we run into in our area, because remember, we are so blessed. We have the Portage River, we have the Sandusky Bay, and we have good old Lake Erie. So we have a lot of water, and that doesn't include all the canal front properties or anything like that. So sometimes you will need to have an elevation certificate. That requires a surveyor to come out too, to let you know at what level your property is in relation to that flood zone. So that way, when you need to get flood insurance, you can know, reach out to your local insurance agent, and they can tell you exactly what the cost would be for that flood insurance, because that will all play into effect on your mortgage and how much you can afford. So I hope that didn't confuse you. So again, we have an elevation certificate for flood zone, a PIN survey, which is the most accurate to get detailed line. They literally put pins in the ground, hence why it's called a PIN survey, or that's why I call it a PIN survey, or a mortgage identification survey, just to let the mortgage company know where that property lines lie. So again, if you want to put up, a fence or anything, and you get along with your neighbors, which I recommend, just get along with your neighbors. Don't be the curmudgeon neighbor. Find out where they think the property line is, and you think the property line, and you can do a property line agreement. This is where we both believe the property line is. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for the question. I always look forward to answering anything. Reach out to me anytime. Talk to you guys soon, and have a beautiful Friday.